Terrible fiction, correct?
Woo.
Yes. Yes, and I'm sure more people are going to show up as time goes on.
Unfortunately.
So, it'd be great to message our presenters and see where they are. Just so you know, if in case you missed the schedule or didn't see the tweets or all the other messaging that went into it, this is also now a charity donation event. We wanted to do that last year, but couldn't quite get things set up. So, here's the deal. Once they are here and have their setup, when you come up and read, when you want to be one of the presenters and read the terrible fiction, you'll have to drop $1 in here. You can drop more. Remember, this is for a charity rescuing puppies. And if you don't drop more than $1 in, you just don't care about puppies, do you?
We care about the
heartless people. Small puppies starve if you don't drop more in. But no, you can just drop $1 in, it's fine. I'm just trying to shame you into giving more to the puppies.
What if we're told that if we pay $1, then of course people will come after us? I don't know, I've been drinking.
So, let's see where all the people are that should be here already.
Ask if Alkali can come. Oh God, that would be awesome. What?
Okay, I see a mob. I see some of the people that are supposed to be here. Huh? Yeah.
Call Alkali. He loves his sweet stuff that makes him need a drink.
Okay. So I know you're supposed to have like two other people.
TJ's right. There's white.
Okay, there's white. Oh well, that happens. Happens a lot here. Yes. So we get more people in. You've got the all the stuff. Because TJ is supposed to be with you, and then
TJ is right. The elevator's full.
Now, and you guys are using the projector. Yes. Okay, I thought you were. So this is the donation envelope, and it's a real simple process. To come up and read, for someone to read, they just got to drop $1. They can drop more if they want to, but it's a $1 donation for each read. And the way things have usually gone into the night, where the line kind of looped around and everything, hopefully it makes money for the charity. Yeah, I'll let you get one. Yes. So, and I don't know how you guys have been doing it. So if you have a timer on people or whatever. No. So try and cycle folks through. Yes. It's not empty right now because it has some money that was donated during the Hurwitz pandemic.
Yeah, no, it's like much different.
I'm far too nervous to do
Oh yeah. You may always donate in the name of the writing track to the animal rescue. So, yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah. Nice. It's a good idea. And there's stuff in here to make people to inspire. So yes, we appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. You'll just listen to all the other people read this terrible story. Yes. I've already done the dramatics thing with you just what was the South Park episode?
Which South Park episode you're looking for?
Just talking about the one where it was about donation shaming at the checkout line. No. We're probably going to use those tactics because we care too much about animal rescue.
They actually canceled South Park.
Oh.
They had to. Matt and Trey said that
people donate electronically.
They had to, but social justice warriors ruined it.
Hey pal,
Said that now South Park has to be rated G. And be about sharing, about motivation.
What was the question?
Do you have any other? Are you only taking cash?
Only taking cash. Let me think. Let me see if we can find a way to do an alternate form of donation. I will see what can be done. We may have to take like electronic items people swear they won't donate to We would prefer, it's preferable to have cash in the thing, but we're gonna look up, I'm gonna see if they have like a PayPal donation for this charity, and if you can like do it on your phone, bring it up, show it to the panel runners, we'll probably consider that acceptable, because that's a reasonable thing to do. I know, no one carries cash anymore, so.
Well, we're not allowed to carry cash.
He's got like 40 pages to go.
Well, do you have a backup when those 40 pages are done?
You can read tea bags again and again and again and again and again. Go through some iterations. Yeah, tea bags, tea bags too.
I have literally zero.
Because don't you have the whole, or have we already gone through like all the novels in order?
There's
Wait, what about the novel we were doing last year?
He published under a different name for the other books in the series.
Okay.
I want to find out where
If you can get a hold of that, if you have to pay a couple bucks, I'll pay you back.
The only way I've ever seen it is like physical copies from
Oh, jeez.
and they're $20 per.
Oh, well, that ain't worth it.
Well, what about
Yeah,
the...
if you run out of org, because you said your 4 pages left.
Sorry.
While they're not in, if one of you wants to research something really awful, I'm trying to think of what to suggest, because...
That's a question.
It's the,
What's up?
Are you looking for a new story? I mean, what about the one we were doing last year?
We're almost done with what we were doing last year.
Well, because I may have an idea for a story that, trust me, I think you could put the one we're reading right now to shame.
I highly doubt that.
Let me put it like this. It's so bad, it actually got a couple websites shut down. Just from that story alone.
he'll probably...
The way
Have you ever tried to read it?
Yeah.
It is so bad.
So the idea behind this panel
Oh,
is
really? Aw.
we are reading a story that we've been reading
It's
for the
still
past
entertaining.
4 years? I tossed that number, I'm not 100%.
2 decades.
Too far. But a number of years. And we're almost done with this novel. And that is usually what the panel consists of, is just 2 hours of reading this one book, page by page by page.
And cringing at all the repetitiveness, all the errors, and all the people going, you!
As an author,
I don't think the author attends conventions. So.
I don't think the author is alive anymore.
Good question, but I don't care.
I would be okay with yeah, because I don't
Really?
last year, and I know that there's a lot that I've missed all that, and I want to do it. But I don't also want to subject
Are they
people to
compelling
like
arguments?
shorts that
You didn't look. That's kind of funny, though. I feel like that movie does get like enough like credit for as good as like being as good as it is.
Thank you very much. Okay. So,
There we go, the reverse signal.
this will also be relevant.
I love that visual highlight.
Okay. I have a microphone now, so everyone has to listen to me.
No, we don't.
So we have a donation issue that people have mentioned where a lot of people don't carry cash. And much as we would love to simply have you drop cash in the envelope when you come up to read, well, that's understandable that you don't carry cash. However, for those of you who have our wonderful thinking machines, you know, this fire that brings all the knowledge into our direct hands, there is a South Hills Pet Rescue website, southhillspetrescue.org, and you can make a web donation. You can go to, you know, just a simple one-time gift, donate through, and let me click the link here, and it's through PayPal. Pretty simple. Pretty much everyone has PayPal. And And if you don't have dollar to drop in the envelope, but you want to read anyways, just come up, show our lovely group of panelists your $1 or however many dollar donation, and they will let you pass in safety to read, so that we can continue to support South Hills Pet Rescue. There is a question.
Can you donate like $5 in bulk so that it's all one big donation and have 5 turns?
Yes, I believe we can figure out a tally. Oh, if only we had a piece of paper on the board and some writing things, which we do from an earlier panel. So I think that would work just fine. Excellent. Let's see here. And in the back in the yellow shirt, you have a question.
How much would you value a physical copy of this book?
I don't know if you can put a price on literature of this caliber, but
okay, so
yeah.
several years ago,
I'll have Mog answer that.
Several years ago, there were a group of podcasters that did a podcast called "Your Book Is My Daddy Drinks," and season 2, episode 8 is Orc's Odyssey. The podcasters in that described the ordeal that they went through just to find copies of Orc's Odyssey. They believe that they actually acquired the last in-print copy in existence.
I actually have a copy.
Well, then you got that quite a while back, I assume?
Like 2017.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you find it?
I found it on Amazon for $1,000, and I waited until the price dropped to around $80 and bought it.
From 1,000 to 80.
Wow.
That was bad.
Jesus.
I think you got ripped off.
On the book, there was a sticker that says discount bin, $3.
Oh my ego.
All right, so, but this is really their panel now. Yes, may have started it, but I gave it over to you guys willingly. You can have it. Please keep it. Just going to keep shuffling. Trap, there's no exit. Go this way.
Save your shot.
All right. I will probably be back around 2 and just collect the donation envelope so that we can give it to the... We'll have turns to charity tomorrow morning, so I'll keep it safe until then. But yes, remember, supporting, rescuing puppies.
Yo.
And all of you. All right.
If we don't do
Begin.
puppies.
Okay, hello and welcome to the Can You Read It? Adventures in Bad Fiction. I am Mog Google. I am the best and greatest author.
Award-winning.
I am an award-winning best and greatest author, as a matter of fact. The story behind that is I wrote the best and greatest story. Literally. That's the title of it. So, that's probably why I'm here, and I also tend to be a masochist, I think. So now I'll introduce TJ.
Hi, my name's TJ Mine. I'm the sorry bastard that was voluntold for this panel by this asshole here. And I'm here, and I'm doing things, maybe. I don't know. I'm listening to that.
Move.
Who are you?
I don't know. I'm some guy who wrote some books and stuff.
I do have a question. What if we donate $1 million? What would that get us?
A very warm and fuzzy feeling in your chest, I suppose?
No, we're going to want something more. We're talking credit cards, baby.
You never buy a credit card for $1 million? Why would you buy it? Okay, never mind.
I repeat, I am drunk.
All right, yours. Go ahead.
Who are you again?
I am White Yodi. I have about 31-ish published stories, and if you've read a Fang or a Roar or a Heat, you may have read some of my stuff.
About halfway to where you are.
Is it a zero-sum game?
No.
Every story I write takes words away from you? Or
No, it's just, it's, where are you? How close to that end?
I don't know how I got here.
Yeah,
I just keep
sorry.
the words down, so
Where?
that's about it. Back to Mog, because he's one in charge.
Yeah, you there.
Why am I in charge?
Because you've done this before.
Why on earth would you put me in?
Ask the honest.
You deliver mail and save games.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
I can't read it from here.
The memories. This is what Daddy drank.
My phone's about dead. Anybody got a stopwatch out?
I've got a camera when you drop dead.
Got one. Excellent. Wait, hold on. Are you on the Wi-Fi?
No. Do not put that thing on the Wi-Fi. Windows will update.
Even Windows doesn't want it.
Where's Ocean?
He's running away.
He's vomiting.
Okay. All right. So I guess if we want to go ahead and form a line for those that would like to read, we'll start over here where we'll collect the donations, and we'll go one at a time. We're doing 2 minutes.
If that's what you're saying, if that's what's done in the past.
It was either 2 or 3.
It was actually a minute solid.
That was.
Yeah.
That's like when we're coming up on the end and we've still got a line that's wrapped around the room.
Every time I've gone to the
No. That's when we have to get everybody through because we've got the line wrapped around the room.
So 2 minutes of this.
Yeah,
Start there.
2 minutes.
We need to leave some time for, hilarity and breathing.
Awkward. You did not finish this.
We have a brave soldier.
Yep. $1 gets you 1 turn, as it is, from what I understand.
Yeah.
$10 gets you 10 cents. $100 gets you a lobotomy.
Have a mic. Does it reach?
More or less.
Yeah, you can vote. Give one to their.
I only have one, so I will throw a 5 in there.
So then is that, you want 5 turns, or?
I would do 5 turns.
You'll enjoy it. That's why I have Diet Coke.
Puppies are singing now. I got the puppy wing.
And as Yana said, you can make the digital donations.
Yep.
Do I just start at the very top of the page?
It doesn't matter.
It
It's
does.
all horrible.
Start reading and go. It's on.
Okay. Demonic, as Org could now confirm, advanced to the head of the pack, removing her hood to reveal her canine visage, green hair, green eyes, and green fur. She extended her left hand backward, stopping her 6 allies, after which she smiled grimly. Somewhat. Perosi, Satan of envy, I presume, guessed, or there are several, I guess there are individual Satans. Indeed, I envy you for coming this far, Org of Otterland. How would you know my name? How could I not know?
How could you not know?
How could you not know that they told the book?
The Org of Otterland that was killed was fake. And what otter has golden antlers? It's a legitimate question. I envy your ability to walk across Anglia like that. Did you really think nobody would suspect the legendary hero was still wandering this land? The otter refused to respond. It figures that you'd let your noble status go to that puny little head of yours. Really, I didn't want to be the legendary hero, which is in caps for some reason.
You need a shower.
Oh, so now you don't want to be the legendary hero? I envy your repentance. Well then, if you don't want to be the savior of Anthropia, then perhaps you'd like to tell us where the White Room is. After all, you know where it is, don't you?
What?
Why would I know? Wanted Org. What? Oh, I wondered. I read that I wondered. Because, boy, you're heading in its direction.
Fine. Back of the line here. Let's go through again.
Is that the scoreboard?
No, number of turns. How much paid versus how many turns you have.
Oh yeah, the last time we did the scoreboard today was keeping score of Charlotte. So.
That looks bad.
Again, not keeping score. So we're good.
No.
No.
Because, boy, you're headed in its direction. I know it. Admit it. I'll admit nothing. Oh, what's this now? All of a sudden you want to be the legendary hero? I could have sworn that you hated being a hero. Listen, milady, going through life involves doing things you don't want to do. I didn't want to be a legendary hero. I didn't want to come this far. But I'm doing so, not for me, but for Anthropia. Oh, so you've got a bit of a conscience, do you? Or is it because the people of Britannia will shower you with glory and power once you've triumphed over Malice Island? I'll just turn it all down if it's offered to me, retorted the Neutrine. You lie, boy! You have my word, milady. If I take your word, then you shall have my blades. I think I'll have to refuse, affirmed Orc. You shall them nonetheless, screeched Rosie, who then stripped her cloak to reveal her green spider leather armor and drew the black wood room with a backed platinum band, which she clutched to transform into the Dirk's thorns, with their emerald blades and crescent-shaped platinum handles. Pointing them towards Orc, she cried, "On guard, boy!" No, that's not how you spell on guard. It seems you truly are the legendary hero. After Perosi slashed her dirks, Orc leapt out of the way, begging, "Please stop! Stay still so I can kill you, coward!" How did you get so fast? Practice, I suppose, replied the otter, reading another blow from Thorns. You have a weapon. Now fight back, will you? I'll fight back when I'm good and ready, assured Orc. Continued to avoid Perosi's attacks and hoping that his companions, watching from the end of the jetty, would help him sometime soon. You're nothing but a coward, boy, cursed the Satan of Envy, who decided to strike Org's Mithril's sword from underneath, having its blade and rendering it useless. Wow, you're good. The otter as he discarded his broken weapons into the seas, and ceased not to avoid his opponent's endless assaults. Don't you?
Yeah. He came in very enthusiastic, right? No, man, I've heard people.
We love asking your name. No, don't. It's safer that way. So where am I starting now?
Where you stop?
Well, by the way, I checked it. On guard is spelled correctly. It's just a different way of saying it.
No. On guard is French.
It's French.
Well, no, they said on guard and this.
No, it's en garde.
It's E-N-G.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was
Not
saying.
on. They had it spelled O-N-G-A.
Don't you flatter me, dog. It's all over your name, so we can put it in work. Today will be known as the day that Perosi, the Satan of Envy, defeated the legendary hero. Okay. Oh, no, it won't, countered Orc as he ducked a swipe from Thorns and suddenly lunged forward, clutching Perosi's legs and tossing her backwards towards his companion. Jesus Christ. Today will be known as the day that Orc of Otterland, the legendary hero, defeated Perosi, Satan of Envy. Looking towards his confederates, the otter noticed them surround the Satan of Envy and threatened with their weapons. When Orc's company broke their circle, you could see the green canine spider leather armor had been torn completely from her body, revealing her naked self. Many a deep cut. Despite her heavy injuries, Perosi managed to shift herself about, spluttered, "I'm not done yet." Surprisingly, the Satan of Envy sprung into the air and zoomed towards Jack, witness to everything, whom she clutched by his ears. Ow, ow, ow! What's the big idea, wench? You're coming home with me, screeched Perosi, then telling her race, "Get him!" The Countess then began flying westward, with Orc's companions watching her evening getaway. Watching the Satan of Envy soar back towards Malice Island, they completely forgot the race were still present.
What?
They completely forgot the race were still present, but were obviously surprised at the fact that she had just survived so many wounds from the weapons of Asgard, no less, and could still fly healthily. Orc, who was Org, who was still eyeing the green cloak Rosie had left behind, then gazed towards her sixth race, their faces invisible, although the darkness underneath their hoods still spoke of death. His comrades were still obsessed with escaping Satan. He knew he had to take action. Org bravely yet haughtily charged towards the race, his golden antlers pointing forward, and trampled one of them, whose head he crushed by leaping and landing on the hood.
A whammy on the hood?
The hood of what?
Landing.
A Pinto?
So fucking confusing. I'm lost. Completely lost.
One of them whose head he crushed by leaping and landing on the hood. Oh, we got it. All right, second.
After an ominous crack and splat, the green cloak suddenly flattened, indicating its owner's demise. Or at least his soul's return to the Malice Island or Nibla. The other turned to notice the remaining five slowly wander towards him. Then, making his next move, lowering himself, he charged back towards the rings, clutching one by the legs, lifting him into the air, and then smashing his skull on the jetty, thus producing another empty cliff. Obviously, ignorant of his fury, the race turned again, continued their slow pursuit of the antlered otter. Here, he lowered himself again, and commenced a charge like before. Oh, that was helpful. But right when he was about to buck one of the wraiths, he suddenly straightened himself up, succeeding to punch the chosen one in his invisible forehead, and therefore another empty glove!
Invisible forehead.
Org swiftly proceeded to wrap his left arm around the wraiths, clutched his hooded head, and quickly snapped his neck, making him disappear as well. Two wraiths now remained, whose cloaks the lutrine tugged, after which he placed his hands on each of their backs and smashed their heads together. Using a pair of empty green cloaks in his battle against Perosi's helpers. Oh, that was easy, commented as he crossed and stretched his fingers.
So he literally just picked up that one dude by the feet and then slammed him into
a jet.
Into the jetty. Like,
not a Volkswagen, it's a little strip of rocks.
Right, yeah.
What? Second.
Who wrote this?
Some dude.
One or two.
I have a feeling this person was drunk.
Yeah, but this is written better than the
It doesn't seem like it, though. It seems like it's genuine.
Still watching the Satan of Envy soar towards the western horizon, wondering just what are you all doing?
Apparently this is an actual
Rosie get away?
that exists.
In my humble opinion, whoever thought that one could survive so many wounds? If you ask me, we obviously failed to scathe her vital entrails. Yo, look. Yo, curse that bitch. Sorry. Pardon me, but one pierce in her heart would have finished her if she even had one. There's no question that we failed, Borg. She would have resurrected in Malice Island or Nebelheim anyway, so don't stress over it, exhorted Org. And Mr. Duncan's only a small loss to us. That's mean.
Screw Duncan.
I never liked him anyway.
A loss of one of us would have been far worse. Besides, we'll probably rescue him once we've gotten to Malice Island. As Org headed back across the jetty to collect the cloaks, Brandon wondered, "What are you doing, young master?" Please come right with me, Mars.
Yeah, use the scroll wheel.
Yeah. Gathering cloaks, of course. What else? In my humble opinion, I see not why that's necessary. You'll know soon, assured Org. But we know. If you ask me, I can't see the purpose in gathering up these cloaks. Why do you do so? To serve as our disguises, of course. Yo! Disguises? Why do we need disguises? Pardon me, do you intend to take us into the Shadowlands?
Yo!
There's no question that you're mad, Org.
There's no question that you're mad, Org. Or if you mean mad at Malice Island, Nibelheim, and all the other forces of evil, then yes, Newt, I am mad. As Org began handing out the cloaks to his company, Brandon wondered, is this really necessary, young master? In my humble opinion, surely there are plenty of ships back down in time. If you ask me, it would be easier than a long trip to the Shadowlands. Yo, don't you remember the trip into Klein? Yo, listen to the trip into the lands of the Sin. We'll get killed. Pardon me, but I've never traversed the lands of the Sin, so I am not one to judge the difficulty of a trip into the Shadowlands. Well, there's no question that if Hirozi and her henchmen manage somehow to sink the ships of time, then travel through the Shadowlands will be possible, as long as we are cautious. We'd best get back to the inn so we can grab a bite to eat and check out, stated Org, and maybe pay for those damages done to Mr. Duncan's room. Just what happened upstairs, man? The innkeeper angrily wondered once Org and company got back to the inn. Mr. Duncan got kidnapped, sir, answered the otter. You're kidding. I wish I were, sir. They're taking him to Malice Island. No, they'll do horrible things to him there. You'll be rescuing him, right? Do mind, sir. We've got more important things to do. Such as... Well, for one thing, saving Britannia from the forces of darkness. Yeah, whatever. You just make sure you rescue Jack, okay? We'll try our best. So, will you be checking out then? Not yet, sir. We've still got to eat breakfast and change clothes. You do that. Before going to the inn's eatery, Org and company briefly returned upstairs so they could temporarily dispose of their green cloaks. Afterward, they entered the restaurant, occupying the same table as they had last evening and awaiting service. It soon came thanks to exactly the same waitress from last night. She inquired, good morning, sirs, and welcome back. May I start you all off with something to drink?
Oh my god. I think they would have to begin after a fight and then eat.
We'll all have apple juice requested in Org. Coming right up. After the waitress departed, the way our plan. We'll go back down to Tyne today and see if we can't take a ship from there. Oh, I wouldn't bother, suggested a soldier sitting at a nearby table with a few others. Tyne's experienced the same sinking of ships Houndland has. It'll definitely be a few months before some more get built. Well, that certainly puts a damper on our plans, affirmed Org. Thank you, sir, for saving us an unnecessary trip. You're welcome, I suppose. Guess we're going to the Shadowlands, guys. We'll definitely need to have a good breakfast. Special looks nice. Roast sausage, beetle bacon, ant eggs, hash browns, and bread. Sounds delicious. Yeah, I think I'll be having that. Surprisingly, after the waitress returned with the company's abundance of apple juice, everyone ordered the special, which came a few minutes later and proved to be quite enjoyable, with not one scrap of food remaining. The tab was about 30 pounds, and Org, despite not having any Hamlanded currency, managed to cover it with a motley money from other Anglian nations.
What?
Afterwards, the company headed back upstairs to change into their clean clothes. As with the trip into the Clyde, the otter faced the dilemma of dealing with his flagrant golden antlers. Clutching her hair, Org stated, "These things have to come off." "Aye, young master, tar won't work this time, methinks." "Go." "Well, cut them off," commanded the otter. "I'm certain that those weapons of yours what am I to you gold. Yo, it's worth a shot. Should every precision transform the war room into wartide, which he then used to slice off Org's shoulders flat against his white hair. Feeling where the antlers once were, and determining that his hair covered the spots well, Org wished, well, let's just hope they don't grow back right away. "You look smashing, young master. Yo, you look a beauty." "Enough of the flattery," stated the otter as he picked up his golden horns. "How will you dispose of the evidence, young master? Yo."
Is this a bottle?
I've been saying yo counter, but then the whole entire paper.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be yo.
We will have sword chests by the end of the night, so that's enough of a counter for me.
I'm gonna talk about the rules, like yo.
I think you just finished with yo.
Yes, after how we supposed to yo, we can't just leave the arrow. I've got a plan.
Which yo?
Right where the mouse arrow is.
I've got a plan, suggested Org, to exit the chamber, which Brandon the Christian did as well, even the princes in the hall, with their concealing green disguises on as well. In my humble opinion, it looks like Org has disappeared. If you ask me, there's no way he could fit his golden antlers under his hood. Pardon me, but magic perhaps? There's no question that it looks like he's absent. Are you here, Org? Yes, I am. I've cut off my antlers. I've got just a plan for disposing of them.
No.
Surprisingly, the princes were silent, as now the antlers latrine led his companions into the lobby, where he placed the antlers on the desk before the innkeeper. He wondered, just what are these exactly? My antlers, good sir. Why'd I want your antlers? They're solid gold. Kidding, right? Or, laughing briskly, the innkeeper soon stated, "No, I'm not. Solid gold, sir. And just why would I want these? To pay for the damages to your inn, of course. Well, please don't worry about that. That wasn't your fault. But sir, you can't just expect the enemy to come back one day and compensate you for the damages to your establishment, can you? Good point, boy. Still, I just can't accept these. They must be worth a ton. Just take the antlers, sir. I have no use for them, but you surely do. Well, all right. The innkeeper reluctantly agreed as he clutched both horns, admiring them. Shiny. These will definitely cover the repairs, and who knows, there might be some leftover to expand the inn. Thank you, boy. Very welcome, sir. Org obeyed as he began wandering towards the entrance. Wait, boy. Sighing and turning back towards the counter, the otter wondered, "What is it, sir?" "You know, I just can't accept these antlers without giving you something in return." Sighing once more, Org muttered, "Here we go again." "No, seriously," exclaimed the innkeeper, obviously hearing the latrine's utterance. "I think I can help you out and your motley bunch, boy."
Fuchsia type rocks.
Apologies in advance.
Fine.
What, you want to come
come with us or something?
Oh my God.
Shadowlands? Heavens, you. How did you... What, do I look stupid to you, boy? You and your pals are obviously gonna travel into the Shadowlands, and I just want to help a little. After all, I'm bound to give you something in exchange for the pretty little antlers you're giving me. Let's just hope it's help and not a burden. Hey, do fake identification papers... Sorry, I lost my word. Hey, do fake identification papers sound like a burden, boy? Fake identification papers? Tell us more, sir. Are they authentic? You know, I used to live in the Borders Republic, which is now a province of the Shadowlands. And I don't know how or why, but I somehow wound up in service into the New Kingdom, working the southern border no less. So naturally, I got hold of a lot of blank Shadowlandic identification papers. I eventually got dismissed from my service, and I decided to set up an inn right here in Todd. That's my story for you.
What happened?
Just move the mouse wheel over the text and scroll with the mouse wheel.
Help.
It's super sensitive. Yeah. Yeah, that's like a really high DPI mouse, and this laptop is like ancient.
Alright, so,
That's my story for you. And a nice one at that. So the papers, yes, here they are. The innkeeper indicated as he got out 7, handed them to Org, who in turn distributed them to his companions, keeping one to himself, of course. You all will have to fill them out yourselves, but I've got a couple of pins. The innkeeper then handed Org and Company 7 spiderweb pins, with which they began filling out their fake identification forms. When filling out his papers, the last part of the white otter filled out was his name.
Time. You got it.
Let's people donating for other people to go back and read. I need that. Here we go. This goes down from here. I do. Me too. I volunteered for this.
As he wrote in it, he stated, "I'll tell you young master? That's my fake name. It used to be for me to use the real name, no? Right, young master. Mine's Dark Bottom. A nice dark name. What about you, Forrest? Zero Zorro. Also dark, in my humble opinion. I shall be Draco Dragonfire, if you ask me. Yo, feel a shadow man. Pardon me. My fake name is Azrael Scar. There's no question that mine will be Lan nonetheless. Lan nothingness. My apologies.
There's nothing to apologize for.
Excellent names. Complimented Org. Handing the innkeeper back to the lent pen and putting his fake papers into the internal pocket of his cloak. Once his companions were done filling out their papers, they gave the innkeeper back the remaining 6 pens. After which, the white otter stated, "Well, I guess we're ready to go. Off to the Shadowlands." Finally, Org and company exited the inn, heading to the stables for want of transportation. A Perosi and her party hadn't sabotaged Jack Duncan's carriage and killed his roaches. The carriage, as these 7 discovered, was perfectly fine. Although the black roaches were nowhere in sight. Had they run away in their master's direction? Whatever the case, this definitely hampered their plans for the day. What do we do, young master?
It's fine.
have to go on foot, Mr. Voting, suggested Orc. In my humble opinion, it shall take forever to reach Fair Isle. Oh, don't worry, Zero. I'm certain that there are plenty of ships in the Shadowlands. Well, let's get going. The port isn't too far from here. Hence, Morgan's company departed from the stables, wandering through Todd and crossing its bridge to the northern side of the river. Naturally, 7 apparent wraiths attracted much attention of busy villagers, although they were quick to ignore whatever ominous glares came in their direction. Eventually, they reached the northern exit, thankful to rush outside the settlement, with a cliff and seas directly to the east and the wilderness directly to the west. The road jutted northwest, and no more than a kilometer away was the tall stone border with the Shadowlands. The wall extended northeast a good distance across the seas, ended by a tower rising well above the boundary. Many black wraiths patrolled the top of the wall, some spotting the 7 apparent servants of the Satan of Envy. A pair of black wraiths stood guard at the arched wooden doors leading into the Sin territory, and once the 7 heirs to Asgard reached them, they were stopped, of course. Requested one in a gloomy voice, "Papers, please." Saying nothing, the septet showed the papers, seeming to take forever as they analyzed them, undoubtedly a negative sign. After a minute, which was like an hour, passed, the papers are handed back. Afterwards, the second wraith bid, "You may pass." Both wraiths then gestured their black-gloved hands towards the giant doors, which then opened through their magic. Morgan completely cubed himself before through the doors, but filing through when the gap between the two is wide enough. They must be British. Once the seven passed into the Shadowlands, the doors suddenly slammed shut with a great echo. Another pair of wraiths stood in guard on the other side of the doors, carefully following their footsteps. Hi. One of the wraiths suddenly greeted, halting the 7 and bringing both warriors in the tracks. Just a rosy farewell, inquired the other black wraith, obviously suspecting the 70 servants of the Satan of Envy. She fares well, Thor responded, disguising his voice with some iciness to characterize those of the wraiths.
So we have to select the first part of the page here. Yeah, you make that. Okay, cool. Sure.
Both wraiths then gestured their black-gloved hands towards the giant doors, which then opened through their magic. Org and company queued themselves before the opening doors, filing through when the gap between the two was wide enough. Once the 7 had passed into the Shadowlands, the doors suddenly slammed shut with a great echo. Another pair of wraiths stood on guard on the other side of the doors, carefully following their footsteps. "Welcome back, friends," one of the wraiths suddenly greeted, halting the 7 green-cloaked warriors in their tracks. "Does Peruzzi fare well?" inquired of the other black wraith, obviously suspecting the 7 to be servants of the Satan of Envy. "She fares well," Org responded, disguising his voice with the same iciness that characterized those of the wraiths. "Very well," the wraith accepted. "Stay out of trouble," the other admonished. That's tilted. The party of 7 continued forward on the road. As they traveled, they noticed that the territory resembled Cain's, with the most flagrant resemblance being the absence of snow, not to mention the barren, decaying trees. The skies were dark and cloudy as well, with no sun nowhere to be seen. Directly towards the right, the cliff continued, and the seas, while still frozen, glimmered not with jet black waters. A stunning transition this was, as Org had similarly experienced when crossing into Cain. This is a sad land. It is amazing how the sin that have transformed a bright, glowing land into dark, despairing country. That's it for you, young master. Hey, not so loud, urged Org in an admonishing whisper. I'll slow it down to where it is.
Thank you, young master.
I recorded it. Thank you. That's exactly how it happened.
Why, young master? The enemy can probably hear us as we speak. Oh, I'm sorry, young master. In my humble opinion, the sin work in very mysterious ways, dark. Callous and indifferent they are, if you ask me, to all that's good and decent. Yo, except what's good and decent for them. Pardon me, but they'll stop at nothing to conquer the world. There's no question that we are but infidels to them. We best stay quiet, man. The next village can't be too far from here. And it wasn't. Only a few kilometers into the Shadowlands, Oregon Company reached the first village in the Dark Kingdom, with an entrance sign having a queer symbol painted upon it. An eye encircled by a mouth with triangular teeth. Upon passing underneath the odd sign, the White Otter and his companions beheld an impoverished village, with many a raggedly clothed plebeian fearing their ingress, thus seeking shelter in their scanty shacks. However, some stayed where they were and observed the 7 green-cloaked warriors, knowing that they typically didn't see the faces of wraiths. A few peons even came close to the apparent wraiths. Hello, greeted Org, with the same icy voice he had used to speak with the wraiths at the border. Naturally, the plebeians that had drawn near drew away, with the honor trying to reassure in the same voice, No, we don't mean any harm. And you say that in an icy voice? Go away, fiends. We're not fiends, snapped Org, ceasing not his voice's feigned iciness. Dude.
I don't think it's yours.
I'm not going to be using it because I can't see that. So the next 5 people can go on me.
Woo!
There we go. However, here's a question. We have one symbol where, yo. So do we have any more?
Get Ocean back in here.
I believe the
We knock on wood if we hear a door.
you go like this.
Ocean.
Oh, it's like this? Is that it in my humble opinion? There we go.
What about pardon me? That one's really frequent.
I think that
What
one's
about
like
pardon me, like you farted?
They all have like that verbal tick.
I think pardon me is like hope.
Pardon me.
I farted.
Hey, would you mind if I went on with you, dog?
In my humble
What about the doors?
And I really wanted to work on my voice.
Yeah, in my
So did I. We both could.
There is the ... which is...
Yeah, I'm sure the door is.
No, it's not.
An F. Finger.
While pounding.
I know these things. Because I am a tie-dyed oxen.
We're not fiends, snapped Org, ceasing not his voice's feigned iciness. Liar, yelled the peon as he tripped and fell forward, the otter pulled him back onto his feet. Please, just go away. We don't intend to stay long, sir. We just want to know where we are. Maids who don't know where they are? The clever plebeian wondered as he began laughing his laughter.
Laughing his laughter.
This is the Shadowlands, where eternal shadows bring
He's
sadness
angry,
to
he's
us all. We know that, sir. What village is this? I'm out. Figures. So, how far to the next town? You mean Doomburg? There is a footnote. I never seen it.
What's the footnote?
Text. Alright, hold on, I got it.
If it says Dinkelbug, I'm gonna wet myself.
Oh, broken.
You have to go over the text itself.
Dinkel Doomberg!
It's right next to Pleasantville.
And I'm across the street from Jollytown.
Now what's right next to Sunnyvale?
And Lazytown.
All right.
Can't forget that. Well, every day's a pirate.
There's no footnotes. Might not be footnotes.
That sounds accurate.
Footnotes that lead nowhere.
Oh, there's a footnote. There's a footnote.
Dunbar footnote, where the Scottish town of Dunbar was in the ancient races time. It's a few hours' walk from here, sir. Just keep walking by the coastline, and you and your company will get there. Doomberg, huh? It's been a pleasure, sir. We'll be going now. Oh, God, you're not going to report us, are you? Report you? Why? Please. ... We don't want to die. Hey, no one's going to die, sir. You have to see... You'll live to see the light once more, I assure. You're lying. You're going to report us in Dyne, footnote, where Edinburgh was in man's time, and have this whole village terminated. I know it. How dare you come here, bring false hope to us all, and then slaughter us in the end. We won't let that happen. The peon suddenly lunged for Org's throat, although the otter quickly pried his hands off, throwing him to the ground. Look, sir, we're not looking for a fight. We're simply passing through, so please leave us be.
Leave us be?
Typical of a wraith, one of the plebeian. He then signaled the other peons, let's kill these blokes. Yeah, the others chanted, running both at once. Kill the wraiths, kill the wraiths, kill the wraiths! As the plebeians continued their chants, Org and company quickly plowed through them towards the northern entrance of the village, exiting into the dark terrain of the Shadowlands. To gaze backward gave the sight of an angry mob, among which were many torchbearers.
Torches.
The sudden disguised warriors easily outran the repressed plebeians, although they almost immediately ran into a wandering septet of black-cloaked wraiths. Here, the mob from Eyemouth began catching up to Org and his companions. What goes on here? Hissed one of the true wraiths. What does it look like? Hissed the otter in return. Have you no control over the plebeians? Hastily inquired another of the wraiths. We're in training under Her Ladyship Perosi, the Satan of Envy, suggested Org. Amateurs, nicely insulted another of the 7 black ones, as he and his assistants walked past the green ones, extending their black-gloved hands toward
That is even more racist.
Watch how a true wraith controls the ignorant masses.
Yeah, with television.
As the black wraiths awaited, awaiting the chanting mob, Brandon whispered, "What'll we do, young master? There's really nothing we can do, Mr. Foden, lest we invoke all of the Shadowlands against us. Do you seriously intend to let these wraiths murder the masses of Eyemouth? That, in my humble opinion, would be plain cruel. If you ask me, it would be unbecoming of us to sit idly by, Loto. Yo! We've got to do something. Pardon me, but the sin just made me so angry. There's no question that action must be taken. The legendary hero and his company cannot let any preventable atrocity occur. The Lord would condemn us for certain. We can't risk a slip-up, Org asserted. As the angry mob continued to approach, the otter could notice Baron Brandon reaching beneath his cloak.
I got a question. What kind of drugs was this author on?
All of them.
And can I have some?
What sentence am I on?
Again, the wrong words.
Oh, okay. I think I got it.
Yeah.
There's no question that action must be taken. The legendary hero and his company cannot let any preventable atrocity occur. The Lord would condemn us for certain. We can't risk a slip-up, Org asserted. As the angry mob continued to approach, the otter could notice Baron Brandon reaching beneath his cloak. No, Doc! Despite Org's admonishment, Brandon immediately drew the white earth rune and transformed the waif all into one wide gray stone. Then he snapped his left fingers, shattering it and leaving behind no sign of the black ones, except for their cloaks. After he pocketed his wound, Brandon returned to Org's side, watching the mob finally arrive, yet stop before the rubble. What happened here? The very peon. the very peon Org had spoken with back in Ida wondered. Chaos almost happened here, Master, if those waifs were to have their way and slaughter the water view. Come again, we thought those waifs were you. There were 7 others, Master, true waifs. We, as young Master Woto attempted to explain earlier, are not true waifs. In fact, we hail from Anglia, and not the Shadowlands. We intend to liberate this land from the sin and restore it to its former glory. Oh, we are so sorry, sir, the peon pleaded as he fell to his knees before Baron Brandon. No problem, Master. Sir, we are forever in your debt. Thank you for saving Eyemouth's people. Long may your chimney smoke. What?
What is this, Walt? Is Walt from Ed and then he starts fighting?
They're asking him to put it in his chimney smoker.
You son of a shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
Long may your chimney smoke. Org then came alongside Baron Brandon, whispering, "You'd better get going, Doc." "Very well, young master," the Violet Badger then turned towards the Eyemouth populace, addressing...
So does anybody remember the Tailspin episode with the Ruby Wings of Queen Helene?
Please write that up there as a quote. Long may your chimney smoke.
Is someone going to write a screenplay of this?
I hope so.
That should be the name of the movie. And now it's
Long may
theaters.
your chimney
When
smoke.
may your chimney smoke?
Long may your chimney
I said what I said, and I stand by it.
You know,
We need a screenplay and we need to act that out.
as soon as you said that, the editor that published the Best and Greatest Story, I
This has an editor?
will not do that because I'm not writing it.
I'm sure you'll get a lot of donations.
I can do video editing.
There was no
I
editor
can
in
get
this story.
lost
On the first next year.
We have a tape.
Or if the editor, there was an editor, he was drunk.
Villagers of Eyemouth, go home.
Yes.
Forever remember to stay in your hearts and be not victim to the forces of darkness. Let us meet again someday. Let us not, Orc told Brandon, elevating a black cloak and stuffing it beneath his green one. Just grab a cloak and let's leave. Let us meet again someday. Whoa. How do you scroll down on this thing?
Oh no, the tree
There
bone.
we go. Just grab a cloak and let's leave. Yeah, you heard the Baron. Go home. The Eyemouth populace, wrapped with conversation, then turned back to the southeastward and began wandering home. As Orc's companions started picking up cloaks, Brandon wondered, young master, why are we grabbing these cloaks? We're already disguised, aren't we? Well, thanks to you, your little bout of heroism, 7 green wraiths will be suspects of treason wherever they wander. 7 black wraiths, though, will be able to last longer. In my humble opinion, a good idea. Shall we change now? It would be suicide here in the open, my vulpine friend. Maybe in the next town. But what if the next town is hostile? If you ask me, 7 green wraiths with big lumps under their cloaks would surely be subject to suspicion. Maybe death. We'll just have to wait and see, Draco. Come on, let's go. Hence, Org and company turned northwest and resumed their journey through the land of shadow, thinking not of the rubble in the middle of the road and Brandon's simultaneous bravery and haughtiness. During the trek, Christian asked, Yo! You think the Sins are already out looking for us? Maybe not. Pardon me, but I certainly hope not. We've worked so hard to come this far, and I don't want to see our progress go to waste.
Org's orgasm.
Whatever you want. We're here to you.
Can someone pay for me to take a shot up there?
I know, it's like watching a train wreck in slow motion.
Maybe, maybe not. Pardon me, but I certainly hope not. We've worked so hard to come this far, and I don't want to see our progress go to waste. We'll get to the White Rune, Azrael. You just wait. But it may take a little longer, thanks to Brandon's sense of pride. Hillary would have to bell. Would just have a ball if she knew of it, you know? Do you not understand, young master? People are about to die. I'm certain you would have accomplished the same if I had not. Well, the point is that the enemy is probably after us now because of your slip-up. So we better get going. Let's move it. Oregon Company continue moving to the dark territory.
Did anyone drop $2?
For the next few hours, the terrain changed not. With the sea still being the right
Going once, going twice.
To charity it
However,
goes.
change started to occur when the party noticed a large wooden sign against the dark wilderness, indicating they were entering the Shadowlandic province of Lost. Incidentally, the other side stated that the province of Borders would be entered from a southeasterly direction. The mention change in terrain was the Prince of Mountains towards the southwest, and the dark yet occasionally illuminated by lightning bolts, which further Rainbow's position. After another hour elapsed, the Oregon Company finally approached what they believed was town of Doomsday. Unfortunately, it would be no safe haven, what with its massive stone barriers from which many wraith patrol, an arched wooden pair of doors indicated the settlement's entrance, and as the party wandered thither, they were heavily reminded of the national borders which they had passed earlier. Indeed, the four towers cornered the city square, with a central one protruding from the center. Once the companions reached the voluminous doors, the pair of wraiths standing stopped them. No less your papers. Oregon and his allies reluctantly had to erase their false identification papers, treating the souls of the foes of Brandon had slaughtered back in the borders. By the way, the town of Lost is where the Scottish district of Lothian was in the ancient recent time.
Okay.
You should write us restart Brandon's out there. Alright. Hunter, show us your papers.
Okay. Oh God.
I'm so confused.
I'm a lot of things right now.
I'm doing a lot of things I never thought I would feel.
I'm seeing colors.
Fogg and his allies reluctantly handed the wraiths their false identification papers, fearing that the souls and the foes of Brendan had slaughtered back in Borders had somehow become the traitors, or possibly outsiders with the brief appearance of White Earthrune in their ranks. Nonetheless, the White Otter knew that even if these wraiths were to see through their cloaks, that they would. With what power the 6 of the 7 runes of Asgard be able to fight if necessary. However, battle seemed unlikely here as the 2 barrack wraiths handed back their papers after waving their hands towards the doors, which opened instantly. You may enter. The first wraith invited. Welcome to Doomburg. Bid the other. Once Org, at the border crossing, go ahead. Once Org and his companions entered Doomburg, they had beheld innumerable stone constructions, around which many Shadowlandic nobles and soldiers, dressed in black, gray, white, so drab, or a combination of those 3 hues, wandered, speaking about the Dark Kingdom's affairs. There were, of course, wraiths among them, although none of them engaged in conversation, concentrating instead on patrolling the Dark City. A few peasants were seen serving as slaves to the nobles and receiving occasional floggings. Ooh. What their masters did. Behold, the peon's face was painful, although seeing the wicked grimaces of the soldiers and nobles made it arduous. Org, who noticed Brendan reach underneath his cloak as though to draw his rune and avenge the peons, admitted, "Don't even think about it, Jark. Exit, stage left."
They do snacklepuss. Snacklepuss was outside.
This needs a screenplay.
Yes, going to the bathroom.
This needs a production.
Yeah. Can I be in it? I can be the guy who goes to the bathroom. I'm so sorry. Yes, you can be boy, please.
Or is like a little squire.
And I'll be the guy who says,
Young master.
Young
I'm
master.
simply keeping up the black bundle
Yo!
under my cloak.
Yo,
Master.
homie. Shh.
Speaking of that, what are we to change? Definitely not in this pit, that's for sure. Maybe in the next town, if it is poor like the last one. In my humble opinion. Yo, I'm hungry. So, I think it's noon, Lala. You think we could grab a bite to eat here? Heavens no. Lord knows what these people eat. Besides, we can't afford to show ourselves in public for long periods of time, so your stomach will just have to wait. Pardon me, but maybe at the next poor village? Silly boy, we can't mooch off the poor. Oh, pardon me. How many poor meats are there going to be? There's no question that we should be able to travel for a few days without food, so we should be fine for the time being. That's the spirit. Now let's leave this pit. The party wasn't even halfway through Doomburg by the time they finished their conversation. And unfortunately, many within the town took notice of them. However, most of these dark townsfolk smiled at the sight of the green wraiths. One wandering noble even extended his left hand upward and forward, saluting the apparent wraiths. Hail Perosi! Org and company merely ignored the onlookers, finally reaching the central tower, about which the current stone road wrapped, afterward noticing the exit directly ahead. Another pair of black wraiths could be seen on guard at the doors, and once the green charlatans arrived, the two, without saying anything, gestured their hands to open a voluminous pair of wooden doors, allowing the septet back into the dark countryside of the Shadowlands. How far away the following town was, they had no clue, although they persisted, intending not to stop until they had arrived at some sort of settlement, whether friendly or not, disguised outside.
My second sentence in the book was like four lines long.
I don't know. But it's very anything.
This is great. Thank you so much.
Do you want to?
Throughout the next hour, the northern coastline gradually began to distance itself from the road, being replaced by barren wilderness and landlocking the party. Furthermore, the southern mountains distanced themselves as well, also receiving the replacement of bare, decaying trees, one of which the seven saw collapse before their very eyes. Near the end of the hour, the septet approached an intersection, on whose eastern corner was a wooden sign with two town names painted in black. Below the name Blackwood was an arrow pointing right, and below the name Muzzle was one pointing left. Blackwood, notes the footnote, is where the Scottish hamlet of North Berwick was in the ancient race's time, and Muzzle, notes the footnote, was where Musselburgh was in man's period. Which town do we go to, young bastard? We shall go to Muzzle, and hopefully call it a day there. In my humble opinion, that's all right, but why Muzzle, Org? Well, obviously, the White Fork's a diversion, and I think it inconvenient to wander the same road twice. Besides, we want to cut straight through this land of shadow, don't we? But of course, if you ask me, these lands chill me to the bone. Yo, mine too. We best get out of this godforsaken country as soon as we can. I'm sorry, as soon we can. The Lord certainly condemns it, all right. There's no question that the Shadowlands are vast, but I think we can reach Fair Isle before the next Sabbath. We'll need a ship at some point, and with your powers, man, we'll make it to that blasted island and finally find the white moon. Let's go! Yes, please. By the time Org and company approached the town of Muzzle, the sky had especially darkened. What came as a surprise was the fact that the stone barrier around the settlement was only about 1.5 meters tall, and no wraiths wandered atop them. No wraiths defended the entrance either, so the party was merely able to pass underneath the wooden sign containing the town's name, afterwards seeing a completely different Shadowlandic establishment. No wraiths patrolled the streets, which were buried. The buildings, furthermore, were moderate in volume, and illumination came from most of the windows, indicating that this was no
but that's the thing. He doesn't use footnotes right because it's fiction. They shouldn't have footnotes.
Right. If you're right, if this was like a historical book, it would be used correctly. Just the sheer amount of detail that he uses on things that don't matter, and the vagueness of things that do.
Join us for our next panel where we're going into a literary analysis of Org's Odyssey.
Oh God, no.
Well, no, sorry.
Analysis. It's analysis.
Wandering briefly down the town's main road, Oregon Company could see to the right a large construction with a wooden sign above its double-door entrance, containing a very welcome picture. A bed, an inn. Hopefully, it would have an eatery as well.
Of course.
Although neither the Whitewater nor his companions had any experience with Shadowlandic food. Nonetheless, they ventured to the establishment and entered, discovering the interior to be as quiet as the streets. The innkeeper could be seen behind the lobby's counter, upon which his head and arms slumped in slumber. As the party wandered towards the counter, they could see a wide door open to the left, through which many tables and chairs could be seen, with a few customers quietly enjoying their meals, if they were enjoying them at all. Upon reaching the counter, Ord calmly greeted, "Good evening, sir." The innkeeper budged not. Sir?" asked the white outer in a louder voice. Still, the innkeeper stirred not. Heightening his voice, he alerted, "Sir?" Finally, the innkeeper awakened, yawning. Yeah, what do you want?" 2 rooms, please, with fireplaces, if you will." There's plenty of rooms here, sir." "Fireplaces, you say? That'll come to 100 shadow marks." "Oh, God," swore Ord, shocked that the innkeeper didn't mention the brand of pound. "I'm very sorry, sir, but we've no shadow marks, if that's what you call them." "Hey, if you ain't got any shadow marks, then mark my words. Get out."
Mark my words. Get out.
Pounds, sir? It's still money, you know. Oh, stammered the innkeeper, suddenly realizing that his customers were wraiths.
My friends are wanting me to go soon. Is it okay with everyone if I take my turns 2 at a time?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Please.
Please do.
You know what? I got an idea. Why doesn't she just read the rest of the story? Does anyone have a problem with that?
That's not fair, but let her do her
Her
turn.
and Chaz Fox need to read it together.
Hey.
Okay. Oh wait, I forgot. I was gonna do a different voice this time.
No.
But we've got pounds, sir. It's still money, you know. Oh, stamped the innkeeper, suddenly realizing that his customers were wraiths. Oh God, please don't kill me. Please have mercy on you, servants of Perosi. We'll show you mercy, sir, but next time we'll have your head. So how many pounds are 100 shadow marks equal to? Oh no, I couldn't just charge the servants of the great Perosi for a stay here. Alright, you guys clearly don't like this voice as much. Please accept, urged Ord, handing the innkeeper 100 motley Anglian pounds. You think these are worth something? In Anglia, at least. Here in the Shadowlands, they're probably worth nothing. Hey, wait just a minute here. Just what are you doing with Anglian pounds? We made a little excursion to Anglia, of course, on a mission for her ladyship Perosi and the Satan of Envy. So, how'd it go? It went okay, sir. Yeah, follow me, sirs. Hence, Oregon Company followed the innkeeper through the halls of the inn's ground floor, eventually being stopped at a door. Here's room number 1. Let me open it up for you. Hence, the innkeeper unlocked the chamber, handing the key to Org, who entered along with Brandon and Christian. Afterward, the white otter commented, "It's a little dark." "Oh, no problem," indicated the innkeeper. "Let me get the fire." He then ran into the chamber, after which came a slight clicking noise, followed by illumination, thanks to a blazing fire that he had started with flint and tinder. Afterward, the otter, the badger, and the feline were fully able to admire their quarters for the night. 3 or 4 large beds facing the fireplace, a nightstand along each, would harbor them for the night, and a wardrobe would hold their clothing if necessary. There was a wooden table containing 4 chairs, although only 3 would be used, of course. Finally, a window would be enable the trio to enjoy the outside world, although there was clearly nothing to enjoy about the impenetrable darkness of the Shadowlands. "So, what'll you 3 be having?" inquired the innkeeper. "Having?" wondered Org. "Dinner, of course." "Oh, I'll have some fish and meat if you can manage." "Aye, fish and meat," repeated the innkeeper. "We can manage that." "I'll also have some meat and a roast steak, master." "Meat and a roast steak?" "Yo! I'll have fish and meat too, just like my master." "Another fish and meat. I've got it all down, sirs. Go ahead and make yourselves comfortable. I've got to tend to your 4 friends." "Please do," urged Org as the innkeeper moved on, closing the door. Going back to the fireplace, the white otter began removing his green cloak, watching the black one hidden underneath plummet to the floor. Org urged Christian and Brandon, "We'd better change, guys, and burn these green cloaks." "I'm on it, young master." "Yo, I'm game," answered Christian as he quickly took off his green gobs. "Oh, and don't forget your false papers and all your other belongings. We don't want any accidents, do we?" "No, young master." "Yo, what do we do with the papers?" "Come again?" "Yo, the ones the waves Brandon killed a while ago." "Oh, burn them too. They're dead. They never even existed." "Yo, got it." Thus the 3 changed their cloaks, briefly enjoying the freedom of their wings, and incinerated the green cloaks Perosi's waif had donned, as well as the identification papers of the ones Brandon had slain a few hours ago. "Knock, knock, knock!" "Dinner!" The innkeeper indicated Org as he went to the door.
Thank you. The innkeeper indicated Org as he went to the door, opening it to reveal the mentioned man who entered with a large tray containing 8 plates and mugs. He ventured toward the table, placing the 2 plates of fish, 1 plate with a roach steak, and 3 mugs of meat onto the table, afterward heading back towards the entrance. "Enjoy your meals, will you?" "Yes, sir," answered Org. As he was closing the door, the innkeeper stopped briefly and noticed. "Hey, I see you all have gotten changed. Trying out new wares, are you?" "Let's bless that you don't meddle in the affairs of race, sir." "You're the boss!" Seeking again to close the door. Right before he completely shut it, however, he opened it back up to alert. "By the way, you know I'll be returning to get the dishes, don't you?" "About 10 minutes, the white otter stated. 10 minutes it is, stated the innkeeper, closing the door and finally leaving the latrine, the taxiderm, and the feline in peace to eat their dinner, which they finished in half of the designated time. For the remaining 5 minutes, Org and his 2 roommates had a little discussion. The otter naturally commenced the conversation. "I think it's best we talked over our plans for tomorrow. You read my mind, young master." "Yeah, mine too. Where are we headed?" "Further north, of course." "Well, that's quite obvious, young master." "Yo, we've been heading a little west for the past few hours. Think we should cross the waters to the north? It'd be a bit of a shortcut, you know. If the seas aren't too heavily patrolled by the Shadowlandic military, maybe so." "But why would they be patrolled, young master? They're frozen, of course."
Of course.
never works like that.
Go.
You! Mike! You! We could easily walk across.
Well, we'd be a bit vulnerable, what with the seas being open and all. I mean, who sees 7 wandering waves of ice? If they can't say it right, I ain't saying it right.
Now that you mention it, young master, it would be a bit precarious.
Yo, and a bit slippery at that.
I think it'd be best that we stick to land tomorrow.
Just use the mouse wheel.
Try.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's a heavy mouse. We don't understand usability.
Agreed, young master.
Yo, there it is then.
Knock, knock, knock. It's me again. Through with your dinner.
Yes, sir. Come in.
The innkeeper entered, collecting his consumers' dishes onto the very large platter with which he delivered the meals in the first place. As he departed, he bid, "Good night." Yes, good night, sir, turned to Org as the door closed, after which he went there, locking it. Afterwards, he headed toward his bed, yawning. Time to get some shut-eye, guys.
I'll get the fire, young master.
Brandon then wandered towards the fire, drawing the white earth moon and emitting a stream of dirt that quickly extinguished the flames, leaving the chamber in darkness. Going to his own bed, he bid,
"Good night, young master."
"Yo, good night."
See you in the morning.
Indicated Org as he finally went to sleep, hoping that tomorrow would go well and that true wraiths went on their tail. This is a piece of shit.
Who the fuck wrote that?
Got it.
End of page, so next page.
The Satan of Envy.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2 of God Too Many.
Alright, so TJ wanted me to do a French accent first.
Oh God.
So I'm going to try to do Steve Martin's Pink Candle.
Nice.
Knock, knock, knock. Good morning. After the innkeeper's bellow, Org naturally began to awaken. There had been someone arduous to slumber, what with his wings being hidden underneath his black cloak. He was certain that his confederate had experienced similar discomfort throughout the night. The Lithuanian struggled briefly to remove himself from the binding comfort of his bed, eventually landing his feet upon the floor, straightening himself up, stretching and moving his eyes. Then he wandered towards the chamber entrance, opening it to reveal the innkeeper. He was holding up a tray containing 7 plates of breakfast, each containing a slice of bread, hot sausage, bitter bacon, hash browns, and anthrax, alongside 7 mugs of apple juice. The innkeeper then entered, going to the table and placing 3 mugs and plates onto its surface. He then ventured to the fireplace, which he ignited, providing the room with plenty of illumination. As the innkeeper exited, he beat before closing the door. He took my friends, I'm your way starved too. Well, this was certainly starving. Just as Org is immediately headed towards the table, sitting and eating his meal. Ironically, Org's 2 roommates had slumbered through the innkeeper's visit. However, the tempting smell of breakfast gradually stirred them awake, and before the others knew it, he was joined by the feline and taxiderm, both ravenously timing their meals. In fact, they finished their meals in less than a minute. Finishing in about 5. Afterwards, they all got up, heading towards the entrance and hoping they would encounter the rest of the party in the hallway, unless they hadn't finished their meals yet, if they even got breakfast. After the otter opened the door, he noticed the innkeeper, a large tray in his left hand and his right fist clutched in one of knocking the door. Lowering his fist, he noticed when, I see you're all ready and willing to get out of here. Shall I gather your dishes?
Maybe I should just quit.
Oh my god.
Everyone else gets a love, I just get booze.
Where did you stop?
You shall, sir, invited the orc. As the innkeeper entered, the other dropped the chamber's key atop the tray, stating, I take it you'll want our key back. Hey, no problem, welcomed the innkeeper while he gathered the dishes. While exiting, he made, have a good trip today, unless you want to stay another night. We'll pass. So where are y'all headed? North, sir. Making me stop by Dine on the way? Dine? The capital, of course. It's due west of here, in case you didn't know. Grunted Org as he and his two roommates headed up the hallway, close to the door and watching the innkeeper go to the next room, undoubtedly to collect the prince's dishes, if they were done with their breakfast. They were, as the four quickly joined Org, Christian, and Brandon in the hallway. As the innkeeper wandered past them, he wished, I hope this isn't the last time you folks come here and stay. Come again, y'all hear?
We'll leave the light out for you.
Assured the white otter as he realized began to move the end. Once outside, the company noticed muzzle on the town square to be just as dark and gloomy as yesterday evening. Hardly a townsperson could be seen wandering the streets, and seeming grace scared off those folks. Organ Company then headed towards the western exit and departed the black terrain of the Shadowlands, with frozen seas to the north and barren wilderness, followed by stormy peaks to the south. Around the frozen seas were 7 voluminous ice boats, 6 with black sails and ice boats, 6 with black sails and containing the emblem of Nibelheim in gray. The remaining vessel stood out to the company with its primary sail depicting the very emblem of Nibelheim, I thought they just said that, but in black with an orange background. Org mildly scoffed at this suggestion. It makes you wonder who owns that ship, eh? Sorry. It makes you wonder who owns that ship, eh? Maybe Grenada, young master. That glutton, thought Org, laughing for a few seconds before stopping those. Hey, wait a minute. What's today? My humble opinion. The vessel could indeed be Grenadese, for he, the Satan of gluttony, also symbolizes fire, and today just so happens to be Neptune the Fifth, which is the Asgard fire god Vulcan's day and Grenadese day in Nibelheim's time.
What the fuck did I just read?
About the same that I read.
So I just put in a nice donation to put both of them up together for 5 minutes.
Excellent.
Awesome. Okay, maybe I should quit my job.
Sure.
Awesome.
Where are we starting?
On my
Masterfully supposed.
Your dialogue. Although there's like 5 dialogues in a row, so let's switch off.
Sure. Masterfully supposed, Forrest. Think he'll be landing in Dine?
If you ask me, he probably will be.
Yo! I hope he doesn't see through our disguises and tries fighting us. Sure, I myself haven't seen or fought him, but killing a Satan once is enough. Thank you very much.
Pardon me, but I just so happen to agree, sir.
There's no question that we should avoid fighting at all costs. We are thankful that nobody yet has seen through our disguises, and we should keep it that way as we trek and eventually sail to Fair Isle.
Aye, the white room will be as good as mine if we keep low profiles. The Shadowlandic ice boats traveled rather quickly and were soon out of sight, sure to beat the party to Dine, where that indeed the dark vessel's destination. Oh, were that indeed. About an hour or so later, Org and company approached the tall stone barriers of the Shadowlandic capital, naturally with many waves patrolling the tops of the walls, and the familiar sight of 4 cornering towers and one centering the settlement. A pair of waifs, of course, defended the eastern entrance. As they noticed the 7 visitors approach, they briefly wandered forth from their posts, respectfully bowing.
Welcome down, capital of Lost in the Shadowlands.
The waifs greeted.
Oh.
Knowing not that Dawn was a dual capital.
We'd like to see your papers, please.
Inquired the first of the guarding waif.
There have been rumors of imposters in disguise wandering these lands.
Suggested the second.
Well, I certainly hope that those traitors get what they deserve.
Lord icily hissed as he and his confederates showed the 2 waifs their false identification papers. Once the papers had been handed back, the waifs telekinetically opened the entrance to Dawn, through which Oregon Company began passing as the Black Cloaked Gods hailed.
May the Dark Lord rise once more!
After the party entered the city of Dawn, similar in appearance to Newburgh except for its volume, they took great surprise to see that nobody wandered the streets. Org silently scoffed.
So capital this is. Perhaps the people are at the docks and anticipating Canada's arrival, like master. Maybe so.
Agreed Org as he pointed his party northward, leading them through the dark city streets towards its northern end, where there would undoubtedly be docks. Alright, there's a lot of text, you want to switch off?
Sure. Along the way, the White Otter noticed a central tower containing a concave arched region above its large arched entrance, harboring a statue of a fancily clothed and crowned donkey that smiled a wicked smile and clutched a long scepter topped by an upward-pointing crescent moon, which was centered by a sphere with many holes, thanks to a slight upward extension of the scepter's handle in his left hand.
By the way, that was all one sentence.
Directly below this concave area read the name King Alucard, Dawn of the First of the Shadowlands. At first glance, this asinine monarch looked like Jack Duncan, although Orc quickly shook his head and denied the possibility, continuing to lead his comrades towards the city's port.
Although they didn't see docks once nearing Dawn's northern side, the company did see a few townspeople venturing through an arched doorway, this large wooden door suspended by a trio of wraiths at each door. Wondering what was going on, if Gennedy's arrival was not the occasion, the companions wandered thither, passing through the doorway and immediately noticing the frozen seas of the Shadowlands were of a decent elevation, not to mention land on the north horizon.
They took slight surprise when they suddenly dropped, looking down to notice that they had been descending a stone staircase, which led to the coastline where the jetties and numerous iceboats were. Coming towards the docks were the very 7 giant iceboats Org and his allies had noticed a brief while ago, whose very appearance made the audience applaud and chant,
"Hail Lord Gennady! Hail Lord Gennady! Hail Lord Gennady!"
The disguised waifs, of course, chanted and clapped along, feeling that doing this not would make them guilty of treason in these parts, if such a law were even on the Shadowlands books.
That was incredibly cool. Does anyone have a cigarette?
No. My heart. My heart. My heart. This needs a screenplay. And you need to be the lead. Sorry, you need to be the squire, whatever the fuck it is. I have no idea what it is, but you need to do that.
As the boats arrived, the sails were raised so that they would slow down, and soon afterward, a septet of anchors scratched the frozen waters. Coincidentally, the jetties numbered 7, and the orange-sailed vessels took the central one, with one vessel each to the others. Planks began connecting the jetties and the ships, after which began the departure of passengers. Gennady, however, was nowhere to be seen. Perhaps he had truly died after all, and his closest confederates were but informing the Shadowlands of his decease. This possibility, though, was voided when Anne gray-colored wraith, feline with gray fur, dark gray hair, gray eyes, and a wrinkled zombie-like visage, left the orange-sailed ship and announced in a loud yet moaning voice, "Ladies and gentlemen of Dine, His Lordship Ganondee, the Satan of Gluttony." Thus did the mentioned orange swine depart his vessel, more heavily armored than the last time Org and Prince Drake had noticed him. He wore a concealing helmet, hauberk, chainmail on his arms and legs, and gauntlets and greaves, all of which were orange and platinum. As he waved around his gauntlet's hands, the Satan of Gluttony absorbed the applause and chants that greeted him, being followed by the feline announcer, obviously a close servant. As they feigned their calls and ovation, Oregon Company watched Ganondee near them, pretending that he was their ally, not their enemy, a rather difficult task.
Right.
The poor sign, as he made a path through the party.
All right, this time Mog wants me to do a southern accent.
Southern.
Southern.
Southeasterly.
No, not southeasterly.
Southeasterly.
The Parsean, as he made a path through the clouders, gazed constantly left and right to behold those that were come to admire him. He soon took notice of the 7 wraiths, who kept their heads tilted towards the ground while continuing their feigned applause. Furthermore, he gazed to the ground, obviously noticing something suspicious before leveling his head. Org, who wondered what Ganondee had noticed, suddenly realized that his flippered feet stuck out slightly from underneath his cloak, and he quickly hid them, hoping that the hog hadn't seen them. Unfortunately, the Satan of Gluttony then stood still. "Just what are you and your pals up to, boy? Some little scheme you cooked up in Anglia?" "My lord, we must move on," Ganondee's feline advisor urged. "Silence, Carrie," retorted the Satan of Gluttony. "These buggers fought me once before." "Yes, my lord, and I'm certain you triumphed over them." "No, Carrie, one of them killed me in my last body. The legendary heroes, right here." "My lord, the legendary hero's dead." "No, he's not. He's not. He has clipper feet." "Listen, my lord, I'm certain many here in the Shadowlands have clipper feet." "Silence!" screamed Ganondee, drawing the black fire rune and transforming it into his mace fire storm and pointing towards Org. Both actions silenced the audience, although some gasped in fear. "Answer me, boy. Are you or are you not the legendary hero?" "My lord, you're going too far." "Answer me, boy. Are you or are you not the legendary hero?"
Yeah!
Thank you for that reading, brother boy.
I reckon
That was done right pretty right there.
I don't know if you've watched Gravity Falls, but you sounded exactly like little Gideon from Gravity Falls. Okay.
Ready? I'm not the legendary hero. Oh, please respond. Carrie told his master, "Please, sir, control yourself. It's best for your boy to see you. I know it's hard for you to accept, but the legendary hero is dead. He Satan of gluttony, elevating his mace and charging it. Several wraiths carrying clues attempted to restrain Gennady, who, taken by surprise, accidentally dropped a firestorm, which, still charging, landed upon the ground and released flames, incinerating nearby nobles. Let me down! Legendary heroes right here, I tell ya! Many in the audience began screaming and screaming from the dark upstairs, and Carrie, still struggling to control his master, stated, "Master, you've left me no choice. Sleep!" Waving aloud his left hand in sync with his last word, Carrie evidently cast a spell upon his master, whose struggles lessened and eventually ceased. Before he finally fell asleep, the heart insisted, "He still As Kennedy's loud snores began echoing through the seas, Carrie ventured towards the serpent, a fake wraith who had remained surprisingly calm during the ordeal, bowed and apologized. "You'll have to forgive my master, sirs. Normally, Lord Kennedy is a kind, decent person, but now he has a tendency to throw fits like this. I suppose it's a side effect of instantly requiring his new body since he was supposedly killed by one of the legendary heroes' followers. But we all know the legendary hero is dead, don't we?" "Very curious, Orchis. We heard the news ourselves." "So you did. Well, we have to be going now. Fuck this."
Southern accent in the dialogue.
I know, that was so perfect. It couldn't work out better.
Okay.
Hey, you started it, I just walked off of it.
Alright.
Damn straight.
Where'd Ocean go?
Here. I don't know. Fucking otters.
Hey.
Damn otters. What are they doing for?
That.
So you're dead. Well, we'll have to be going now. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, dragging our master into dying. I can understand the white otter icily laughed. Laughing along, Katie stated.
Well, goodbye, friends. Again, our apologies for that little incident. This isn't the first time this happened, you know. Earlier, he thought the other heirs to Asgard are aboard his ship. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I'm certain that the legendary hero is dead.
I hope he does, Lord. So long now, Carrie bid again. I hope we I hope we meet again. Goodbye, Mr. Carrie, sir. The legendary hero bid, watching the great feline venture to his master's aid. Carrie, along with the other wraiths, struggled briefly to elevate Kennedy, but then slowly taking him towards the stairs leading up into dying. One made sure to retrieve Firestorm, of course. As the race ascended, Brandon asked, "So, where to now, young master?" Well, he could go back into dying and continue our trip to land, but then again, we could see if we could take one of those ice boats across the channel. In my humble opinion, that would probably cost us some shadow marks, and then we have none, of course. I'll ask first. Orc, who noticed a wraith wandering across one of the moderately sized ice boats, ventured towards its respective jetty and greeted, "Hello, sir. Greetings, brother. What is your desire?" "Well, my brothers, I would like to cross the channel. What's the cost?" "My brothers, free. I intend to travel to Churchcold."
Churchcold is where Kirkcaldy was in the ancient race's time. And whatever 2 is where the thief region of Scotland was in man's time. 2 was the thief province in just a few minutes, so if you wish to come with me, you'd best come aboard now.
Oh, you've got about 10 minutes left.
Yep. Yep. That's down to our
That hurt really bad, actually.
Oh my god. Don't blow your voice out. We got a whole nother day at this con.
Alright, so if you wish to come
But
with
there's
me,
not more
best
this.
before now.
True.
Right away then. Come on, brothers. We're crossing the channel. After the otter leapt into the ice boat, his confederates jumped aboard too, after which the two waifs untied the vessel from the jetty, lowered the sail, and commenced the trip. The company was amazed at how quickly the ice boat acquired top speed and watched behind as Doing disappeared. They also noticed the numerous pairs of cut marks that the other ice boats had left upon the frozen waters. As the ice boat skidded forward, the party, despite the darkness of the distant seas, managed to enjoy the chilling winds that blasted into their faces. Org, enjoying the journey, was surprised to have the navigator speak to him.
His lordship, the Satan of Gluttony, seemed to have a fit about your present, mister.
Luther. Loto Luther.
Yes, Mr. Luther. Grand Kennedy certainly threw a fit back there. However did you invoke such a fury on him?
My feet, sir. The navigating waif then started to cackle, his grim laughs echoing across the seas.
He got angry about your feet? You've got quite a sense of humor there, boy.
No, I'm serious, sir. He did get angry about my feet.
How could your feet stir up such a frenzy in him?
Well, supposedly, the legendary hero, who's dead, as we all know, was a descendant of dolphins and thus inherited flippered feet.
Oh, really? I have never heard such a description of the legendary hero before now. If you feel your flippered feet to be a burden, boy, then you're not alone.
Whilst he navigated, the waif elevated one of his feet from underneath his cloak and waved it before Org, who noticed it to be just like his feet except black. Concealing his foot, the navigator assured,
"Flippers for feet or not, we're all the same, boy, despite our differences. So, do you have gills too?"
"I do, sir."
Haha, me too. So, ever used them?
A couple of times. What about you, sir?
Plenty of times, boy. In the summer, I just like to lie on the bottom of these waters and hide from everyone. It's a great feeling, you know.
I used to do that too, sir, in my homeland.
In your homeland, huh? Where are you from, boy?
I'm, from far away. Yes, I'm from far away.
You from Highland?
Yes, that's it, sir. I'm from Highland.
What town?
Well, I lived in the mountains, so I never really lived in a town.
Highland's quite a beautiful place. Well, was a beautiful place until we of the Sin took over. It's a pity that we can't preserve the beauty of the lands we conquer. Our black magic never spares the terrain.
Yeah, it's sad. All the more likely to bring insurrection against us.
You said it, brother. Well, here we are. Church cold. You have a great trip, Waters.
It's been quite a pleasure, good sir, the White Otter bid, as he and his company departed from the ice boat onto one of the jetties of the docks, which were at the same height as the town was. Org and his companions hesitated not to wander across the jetty and into the settlement, which contained a middle-class appearance and low stone borders just like Muzzle, with no dock patrols on the streets. A few residents took shock to notice waifs in their town, dashing towards their abodes and slamming their doors closed. Seeing nothing of significance in this book, the party headed towards its northeastern exit, finding themselves upon a highway that ran through the barren, decaying wilderness of the Shadowlands, with stone-lit mountains visible toward the northwest. Viewing those peaks made the Allies hope they wouldn't have to cross them. Foreshadowing. After about a half an hour later, the company noticed a sign that diagonally faced the highway alongside an intersection running eastward.
Or something, because this is only chapter 2.
It's okay. So yeah, this is divided into two different books, but it is just one actual book. He just divided it into two books for some reason.
Okay, so not part 1, part 2, just 2 books.
Yeah, just 2 books. Yeah.
Because for a day, book. Obviously, if you read a copy, it'll make your book 10 times better.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you for all of your support.
Can I get it too?
Yeah.
Thank you for
Right,
being
you have a telegram?
fantastic reader.
Oh, thank you so much. It means so much to me to hear you say that.
Was I any good at all?
It was
Yes, you
absolutely
were.
brilliant.
I love that last one especially.
All right, we got time for 2 more, and then it will unfortunately be time to call it a night.
Are you on Telegram?
Oh, no pressure.
Test Fox, you're the finale.
Oh my god.
Actually, good.
Oh my god.
Brings our grand total to about $134. Thank you.
135, excuse me.
About half an hour later, the company noticed a sign that diagonally faced the highway alongside an intersection running eastward. Above, an arrow pointing leftward was Grimrock, and about one pointing rightward was Buckhaven. Grimrock, the footnote explains, is where the Scottish burg of Glen Moths was in the ancient racist time. Buckhaven apparently has always been Buckhaven. Which town do we choose, young master? We'll go to Grimrock, since we need to keep to the north. Obviously, Buckhaven's a diversion. Let's go. The White Otter and his allies thus continued to the north, passing the sign en route to the melancholy-sounding Grimrock. Gradually, a great mountain rose to the northern horizon, perhaps intending to challenge the company's odyssey. At first, this was their supposition, although a great wooden pair of doors also came into view, obviously providing some sort of passage into, and hopefully entirely through, the peak. Naturally, a pair of wraiths defended the doors, and once the travelers arrived a few minutes later, they were stopped. Papers, basically requested the first of the wraiths. The companions agreed, and after the two scanned over the false papers, the second dark defender bid, enter. The two telekinetically opened the doors into what at first appeared to be total darkness, although there was some light to be seen. Several holes drilled into the cavern walls emitted illumination, with both walls throwing apart after each meter, eventually opening into a vast cave area, with many oddly shaped stone constructions combined into a queer community. The most stunning constructions of all were the stone towers connecting the cavern roof and floor, either containing windows, the case of the thick ones, or simply giving illumination, the case of the thin ones. As Org and company wandered forward, they noticed many true wraiths passing in and out of the shadows, bringing back memories of mold in the kingdom of Cain's Clyde province. Amazing, commented Org. Do you think halflings dwell here, master? And there's a long footnote here. Halflings.
He's the footnote guy. He's gonna do it.
Yeah, read the footnote. Read the footnote.
He's the footnote guy.
Halflings are short anthropians, large inhabitants of underground regions, and are divided into two factions, dwarves and hobbits. Male dwarves tend to have much facial hair and don't grow much more than 1.5 meters. Hobbits, on the other hand, never grow facial hair and don't span more than 1 meter in height. Halflings with avian wings are known as fairies, those with bat wings pygmies, and those with dragon wings whelks.
I know this was Vulcan 101.
Of course, that makes sense.
Clear now. Yeah, it all makes so much sense.
Well, maybe, unless the sin described to drive them underground, or perhaps slaughter them all. Possibly, they have some sort of alliance with the pygmies and whelps. They're both basically little demons and dragoons, after all. In my humble opinion, that is a decent possibility, Master. If you ask me, there are definitely wicked halflings in this world, and it would be ludicrous and merely to destroy them all. Yo! I'd really like to meet some of these little people. Hardly me, but we'll have that opportunity when we've defeated Malice Island. Malice Island? I don't defeat a place. Aye, there's no question that we didn't any unnecessary diversions in our trip. That's the spirit, friends. 2 meals a day and straightforward adventuring in between. Quite efficient it is. Org and company easily passed through the dark sediment of Grimlock, seeing the walls and ceiling gradually close in, though they still maintain a decent volume, indicating that they were reaching the exit. Indeed, the party soon noticed another large pair of wooden doors, defended, of course, by a pair of wraiths, who, upon noticing their arrival, stepped away from the doors and opened them telekinetically, revealing the dark environment of the Shadowlands. After their grace, the company heard the door slam shut, releasing a mighty echo, again, I've heard this before, across the lands of the darkness.
next few hours, the Sky's companions once again traversed the declining wilderness. When the evening arrived, no different than the rest of the day, Org and his companions approached the middle-class town of Cooper. Almost immediately after their embrace, Brandon indicated, "Look, young master, we're at an inn. We could use stuff there for the night."
And Cooper, where the Scottish town of Cooper was like ancient racist times or something. Who cares?
Oh my gosh. I'm dying slowly.
Finish us strong.
Agreed, my friend. But let's not suppose that they'll be as friendly with England pounds as the previous inn. We'd best visit a bank first. In my humble opinion, that would be a precarious move, for they would surely wonder how we, such as us, got our hands upon England pounds. We'll make up a good excuse, suggested the owner, who quickly noticed a building containing a wooden sign above its double-doored entrance that depicted a black S, surrounded by a black circle, undoubtedly a depiction of a shadow mark coin. That looks like a bank. If you ask me, it could very well be closed. Maybe, but it's worth a try. Heck, if they're closed, we could very well break in and say that we're on a government duty, investigating for possible signs of treason. Yo, sounds like a plan. Pardon me, but couldn't we just get free rooms at the inn? I mean, the innkeeper at the last one offered us to stay without charge, and they sure as heck wouldn't refuse rates. Again, as well, we're not the ones to be reaching out the populace of the Shadowlands. But there's no question that we took the offer to ride across the channel for free. We can't turn down a fellow rates offer long, asserted Org, who clutched onto both of the bank's door handles, pulling them and opening the doors. Well, I dare say no rubber is necessary. Come on, let's go in. His companions agreed, and once they entered the bank, they noticed that it was largely empty, save for a few tellers who seemed as though they were wrapping up their business for the day. As they advanced to the counters, Brandon wondered, should we convert all our pounds, young master?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are past 2 o'clock in the morning. It's probably time for most of us to get sleep, but we probably won't because we're furries.
I think we just talked about $160. Thank you.
Silver Gatoman, he bought me a coffee. Silver Gatoman, here is the song for thee. He likes to video all the panels at the cons. You should go and watch them whether they are short or long. Silver Gatoman, you video that's not a jibe. All of you go to his YouTube channel and like and subscribe.